Joe. Big sock, we're so glad you're here alive in the alley for. Go Bills!
That was cool and fun and noisy, and there it goes. Please hold. That was the best I ever did. Hello! You guys are going to have to help me out since Josh isn't here. And welcome to Live in the Alley! All right! Cool! Hello. Josh is not with us today. He may be showing up later. He may not, but that's okay. We can handle it. We've got drums. We've got live music. We've got DJ Joe Gould somewhere inside the bar. Hey, all right. Live at Downtown Brew Pub. If you haven't caught on yet, the hottest place in Fredonia. Thank you, Janet, for letting us do the show in the alley again. Well, last 2 years, it was kind of dark in here. No bar. But we did have fun. But now, you know, this is week number 4 of the NFL, week number 4 and 3.5 of Janet being open with a new place. And if you like good beers, this is the spot. And if you like knowing where you left your notes, this is not the spot. Found them, they're in my butt. So anyway, lot to cover. The Bills fell to Miami last week. That kind of sucked. The Bills' offense sputtered on 3rd and shorts, but still got a shit ton of yards. Once again, Allen, 400 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 lost fumble in the red zone. That hurt big. Miami capitalized when they needed to. 3rd and 22 with a guy with no brain. Throws a huge completion. Miami, converts. They had a butt punt in the game. Did anybody else see the butt punt? The guy kicked it into, his center's butt. And Bills got 2 points out of it, got the ball, still could not convert. A little frustrating. The offense was frustrating. Once again, stop trying to run the ball if it's not going to work. And since everyone's standing here, one question. Everyone saw the Bills' offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, throws a little tirade at the end of the game. And, he, apologized for it. And national media is like, oh, you can't have your coach throw. Bullshit. All the players are like, that's the guy we want to play for. He's mad. He's aggravated. We didn't perform for him. He's out there, calling the plays, which the Bills run a lot of crazy stuff. And maybe that's why they were getting frustrated. They weren't converting. There's a dog. James is here. Oh, he's got his Bills jersey on. So, yeah, I don't care about the tirade or whatever you want to call it, tantrum from offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. I think it's good. I think it's good for the team. Josh Allen even said, we want that guy getting excited or being mad. We can feed off of that. So that was cool. The loss was not. The numbers, feed to the Bills should have blown them out. But it's the NFL. It's any given Sunday. A lot of injuries. The heat, whatever. Last year when the Bills blew out Miami 35-0, it was 92 degrees and hot. I mean, the sideline shade crap, whatever. A lot of people were going down with heat illness. But the good news is this week, Gabe Davis is active after he re-injured his ankle in practice. Jordan Poyer is back. Dane Jackson might even play after looking like he got decapitated 2 weeks ago. Dawson Knox with a foot injury. He's in. Missing anybody else? Phillips is out. Hyde's out for the season. There's an echo, Dave. You're an idiot. Oh, it was too late. And Oliver, that's the other one who's still recovering from an ankle injury from, week 1? So, that's there. But there was a lot going on, and everybody, the health is getting better. They're playing, those plucky Ravens after losing the game. They were up 21 points into Miami 2 weeks ago. They beat the Patriots last week. Whatever. Lamar is having another great MVP year. Healthy Lamar is scary. That guy is awesome. But, 1-1 against the Bills. The last time the Bills played them was in the playoffs 2 years ago. The Bills knock them out of the playoffs. Weird, a concussion. Keep doing that. Concussion thing keeps coming up with the Bills and other quarterbacks, not to be named Tua, who should have never been back out on the field, obviously, last Sunday. But look what happened. He's just fine now. He watched McGruber on the plane flight home. That's so stupid. McDaniel, the Miami coach, has already labeled himself as a soulless ghoul. That's bullshit. They should have never been back in the game. But moving on to the Bills-Ravens, it might rain during the game a little bit today. They're feeling the effects of the hurricane that came through. So it's going to be a little wet. I didn't know Baltimore, they used to have the grassy turf like the Bills do. They moved back to natural grass. What kind of effect? Will it be muddy out there? It's supposed to rain all game, but not heavy. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on the Bills' defense and the Bills' defensive backs. Also, week 4, that's it for Tre'Davious White. He comes off the PUP list after the game today, so he's allowed to practice with the team starting tomorrow morning. So that's good news, trying to get the secondary rebolstered after losing Hyde for the year, Poyer being out at least last game, Dane Jackson with the neck. Christian Benford is wearing a club when he comes back into the game after breaking his hand last week. So a lot going on with that. But nonetheless, it's another Sunday. It's another Bills Sunday. And they're playing the Ravens. So naturally, we bring on the biggest jerk in Fredonia to talk about the other team. But we'll wait for Double A segment after Jives with... It's not the same without Josh. Jives with Jimmer!
It's time for Jive with Jim.
Let me move this out of your way, Jim.
Certainly, thank you.
Here's Jimmer.
Take the solo camera time while you can.
Well, first of all, thank you for naming me the biggest jerk in Fredonia. I like that.
It was about Aaron.
Oh, it's down there? Okay.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Anyways, we're going to make this segment the Lamar Jackson Show.
Oh. Why?
Well, I talked up
Prove
last
it.
week. I will.
Okay.
We talked up last week Tua's amazing fourth quarter comeback against the Ravens a couple weeks ago. Let's go through what Lamar Jackson has done so far this season. He leads the league with 10 passing touchdowns. He is the 5th leading rusher in the league. Only 7 other players, NFL history, have ever ranked at one time in the top 5 for both passing touchdowns and rushing in a season. The first one ever?
Fran Tarkington.
No, one of the greatest names in football history, Bronco Nagurski, 1932.
That's made up.
No, that's true. I verified this stuff. I verified this.
I know. I fact check you.
Along with his 10 touchdown passes, he also has 2 rushing touchdowns. Jackson's 12 total touchdowns are more than any other team in the league, with the exception of Detroit. You can fact check that one too if you want.
No, I believe in the Lions. I guess.
Yeah, of all teams, Detroit. But
Yeah.
only player in NFL history with 3 or more passing touchdowns and 100 yards or more rushing in back-to-back games did that weeks 2 and 3. In rushing, Jackson leads the league with an average of 9.35 yards per rush. Baltimore leads the league in scoring offense. They score 33 points per game. Jackson has accounted for 87% of their total yards.
Imagine if he got hurt again.
That brings in Tyler Huntley.
Who didn't look bad last year.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Surprisingly, though, Jackson is only 17th in passing yardage this season.
You know who's number 1?
That would be Mr. Josh Allen.
Yes.
His favorite target, tight end Mark Andrews. Last season, Andrews led all tight ends in receptions, reception yards, and touchdowns. So far this season, he's duplicating that. Leads all tight ends. 22 catches, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns. His 22 catches are more than double anyone else on Baltimore.
Yeah, nobody else has 8.
Nope.
I think, or that's
Not
the
even close.
second highest. Yeah.
But they do have one long ball threat, wide receiver Rashad Bateman. He leads the league with an average of 28.3 yards per catch.
And this is after losing or trading away Hollywood Brown.
Yep.
I mean, he was their number 1 guy and a great deep threat for them.
Baltimore is only one of the few teams that still utilizes a fullback. They have Patrick Rickard. Not sure if it's Rickard or Ricard, who was originally recruited as a defensive tackle. He is 305 pounds as a fullback.
Can you fact check how to say his name?
Yeah,
Put
that's
the
what I did.
phonetics on it.
Boosting the Ravens' run game is the return of running back J.K. Dobbins. Missed all of last season with a knee injury. Played for the first time last week since then. Hoping to have starting left tackle Ronnie Staley back in for today. He had an ankle injury 2 seasons ago. He's missed 31 of their last 32 games.
He is out?
He is out.
Good.
Last I knew he was questionable.
Yeah.
He's out. Well, if he is out, it is rookie 4th-round pick Daniel Fa'alele.
Yes, great name. I like it. Does it have an apostrophe in it?
No apostrophe.
Oh.
But he stands 6'8" and weighs 380 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Doesn't mean he's good, but he's big.
It was all cool until that.
Over to their defense, not good. Last overall in total yards allowed. Last in passing yards allowed with an average of 353.3 yards against. To put that in perspective, no other team in the league allows over 300.
Oof.
Now, last year the Ravens were best in the league against the run. This year they're only 14th. Defense is opportunistic. Lead the league with 8 takeaways. Of those 8, 6 were interceptions, tying them with Jacksonville for most interceptions in the league.
Juggernaut Jacksonville, as I have
Yes.
dubbed them.
They suffered a big blow to their defense last week. Defensive tackle Michael Pierce tore his bicep. He is out. I do got to mention kicker Justin Tucker. Last week kicked a 56-yard field goal versus New England, making him the 4th kicker in NFL history to have 50 field goals of 50 yards or more.
He's probably going to go down. I mean, Vinatieri's got like the game winner stuff, but Tucker,
Most consistent for the longest time.
yeah, he's going to go down. He's a Hall of Famer. Like as a kicker, that's crazy. But he's the best. And he missed some against the Bills before. Chip, get out of there. Hang on. Chip shows up for the first time in like 3 years, and now he wants to look at stuff.
I'm not on camera.
No, you're audibly you are now. You're guilty.
I produced a lot of stuff for him, so, you know.
Oh, Dave, just elbow him in the junk.
You like your new mics?
Oh, crap. Now he's using that card against us. Anyway, Jimmer,
Nice to see
continue.
you, Dan.
Oh,
Anyways,
crap.
week 3, Baltimore beat New England. New England had a 20-14 lead in the third quarter. Ravens then outscored them 23-6 for the final score of 37-26. In that game, Ravens defense did produce 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter, going on the opportunistic.
Yep.
Come in today at 2-1, tied with Cleveland atop the AFC North. Recently for Baltimore, they made the playoffs 3 straight years from 2018 to 2020. Last season finished at 8-9, first time below 500 since 2015.
That was with no Lamar.
Correct.
Yeah.
Went out halfway through the year,
Yep.
I believe. Bills and Ravens have played each other 10 times total. Ravens hold the edge 6-4. As you mentioned, Buffalo won the last meeting in the AFC divisional playoffs in January of 21. Bills won 17-3 and knocked Jackson out of the game.
Yep.
Last time Buffalo won in Baltimore, Halloween of 99. They won 13-10 on a fourth quarter Doug Flutie to Jonathan Linton touchdown.
And Jimmer and I were talking about this before the show. The quarterback stats in that game are absolutely atrocious. Flutie and, was it Tony Banks, I think I said?
Yes.
Combined for maybe 300 yards passing and 4 interceptions. It was not good. The Bills won, so that was good. Yeah. Oh, what? Okay.
And I'm going to finish up noting that both Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen both made their NFL debuts in week 1 of the 2018 season. It was a game that Ravens won 47-3. Jackson came in for mop-up duty for Joe Flacco. Josh Allen, it was kind of came in for a mercy killing for Nathan Peterman. Peterman, talk about atrocious football.
No.
5 of 18 for 24 yards and 2 interceptions that game.
Sounds about right.
Kelvin Benjamin drops what would have been Allen's would-be first touchdown pass in that game, too.
And that's it for the Ravens for today.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Until you hit me with.
Know your bird.
All right.
We're going to start with Lamar. This should be easy.
Louisville.
Ool. It's all. All right, we'll get a little craftier. Tight end that you mentioned, world beater Mark Andrews.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Cha-chung.
No, not in Oklahoma.
Yes.
I was going to say
Wow.
Nebraska.
All right. One more. Speaking of losing Hollywood Brown, who's the new deep threat?
Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman.
Big Ten school.
Yep.
Purdue.
Think more Norther.
Minnesota.
You got it.
All right.
Cool. And then were you able to find out the cool John Harbaugh stat?
So he was like the only head coach in history to make the playoffs his first 5 years or something to that effect.
That's pretty good, but not the one I was thinking of, so you lose.
All right.
8 playoff road wins,
Okay.
which is an NFL record. You wouldn't, with all in the pantheon of coaching and whatever, 8 road wins is pretty impressive in only that amount of time, too. It's not like he's been in coaching for 20 years.
15 years.
Yeah, okay, I was
15
close.
years, 9 winning records.
Yeah, screw him. Awesome, thanks, Jimmer. Oh, wait a
Hey.
second. I got a bird fact.
All right.
Did you know that the raven is a crow?
I believe it.
They belong to the Corbin family, which is all crow.
The Colvin family.
What? Come on, Corbin's been on the tongue for a long time. Ooh, that's got a dual meaning. Oh, that was terrible. They have great problem-solving ability, better than chimpanzees. But I hope they suck today. Hey, give it up for Jimmer! All right.
Am I staying?
No, you're gonna stay right
All
there.
right, I'm staying there.
We're just gonna jump right to Double A because that's what we do here on Live in the Alley. We make Dave stand on his toes. Sure, he says. It's time for Q&A with Double A.
Hey, all right.
With Double A. Okay, here's Double A.
That's me.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I don't know. It's weird being over here.
Did you bring a dry erase board?
I did not.
Good, because I brought a pad with a permanent ink.
Well, luckily for you, I brought you guys cheat sheets.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We're going to do reverse order of how good these teams in the AFC are.
It's like a reverse power ranking.
Yes.
You have very legible, capitalized writing. This is awesome.
It took me a long time to do it because I actually have the worst handwriting ever.
I don't know.
But
My dad's is pretty bad. Old man cursive is just horrible to read.
mine's worse than doctors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Not this, so this is excellent.
This is very legible. Very
Thank
nice.
you. I tried very hard for it.
Although it
You
says,
didn't do it after going home last night?
No, I did it this morning. Yeah. So let's see. Who is the worst team in the AFC? Who is 16?
So we're going to start at 16?
yeah.
I will go Texans.
I will go with the record, Raiders, 0-3. Now I'll elaborate that a little bit more on our picks, unless you want me to do it right now.
No, I think as the Raiders have shown, they're not good.
Coaching.
Like not good at all.
It's Josh McDaniel. I swear to God,
well,
it is.
but also the Carr is not.
No.
I mean, Carr's never been great, but I thought with bringing in Adams, that would increase the amount of like passing yards that they actually have.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Shit. It's trying to reconnect. Am I screaming shit on national?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, there
all
you go.
Okay, there we go.
Now I'll throw out the Raiders. I was going to say in the picks, they're 0-3,
Yeah.
and with the three teams they've played, those three teams, their only win was against the Raiders.
Oh, ouch. And
So that's why I say Raiders.
the Carr thing. Carr for the first three games has looked like a poor man's Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
He's just not very good. Is there something wrong, Dave? I was just going to center it a little bit. Okay.
So I agree. I think it might be the Raiders, but it's definitely the Texans. That's a bad team.
I would go
Well,
the Texans.
I would say Texans at 15.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
we're partially in between one spot.
All right, so we can go.
Yeah,
we can go that they could be tied for 15 and a half.
Ooh, because the Texans did have a tie this year.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
You want to tie these two teams?
Yes.
Sure. All right.
They could be 16 or 15 and a half.
Yeah, that's what.
All right, 15 and a half. That's good. I like that.
I know.
All right.
Jeez, Louise. All right, so we go
All right, so we're skipping 15, obviously. because-
14.
So let's do 14.
Jets.
Yeah, it pains me to say it. Jets have only led for 22 seconds all season.
Oh,
I
True.
get that, but man, what about the Colts? That's a bad team.
they just beat the Chiefs.
Colts have more potential.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
This is going to get pretty interesting here. The Jets. So we go Texans, Raiders tied, then Jets.
Yep.
And then
I agree, Jets. Yep. But definitely then the Colts. It has to be, right?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I'd rank Pittsburgh lower than the Colts.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think Pittsburgh's beating Kansas City. Colts just did it.
I just think that was a good day for them. Like it just happened to be a good day, because they're not good.
I think Pittsburgh looks
I mean,
awful.
Matt Ryan is not good.
No, Matt Ryan is
No,
not.
it's not good. No, he's not.
All right, why don't we go? You guys both said Steelers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then we go Steelers at 13.
Yep.
Then can I have the Colts?
Sure. You
All
can
right.
have the Colts.
You can have the Colts at 12.
All right. Because truthfully, I think Frank Reich gets fired this year.
Oh, he's
this year
Yeah.
with a couple games.
Yeah.
All right, let's go 11.
I'm going to say Chargers. I'm going to say vastly overrated. It has to do a lot with injuries, but
What about Titans?
That's.
I'd rank Titans over Chargers.
I'm gonna go with Jimmer here, and I'm even privy to flip them a little bit if they had to. I could go the other way, but the Titans without a real Derrick Henry, that their offense is based around. And I know they have good backups, but they do not look
See, so I would say the Chargers are above just because of the quarterback.
If he's healthy,
Like he can win
yes,
games, and Tannehill can't.
and no Keenan Allen again today.
Yes. So you guys want to go the Chargers at 12?
I can go Chargers at 12. Yep.
Okay.
Titans at 11
And
then.
Titans at 11.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now what? Now we're into the top 10, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll throw it out there. I would say Broncos.
I was going to say that as well. Lost at Seattle.
Yep.
They're winning games like 11 to 10 or something
Yeah,
like that.
that Sunday night game against the
was
Niners.
atrocious.
If we were doing NFC power rankings, the Niners would be like 108.
Mm-hmm.
That was putrid. They have so much talent. They should not. That game shouldn't even been close against Denver.
Agreed.
Like, give it to Denver. They won the game. But power rankings wise, like, no. I put them at. I agree with Jimmer.
Yeah, I'm good with the Broncos. The only close one for me would be the Patriots.
Right. I'd put the Patriots just one above them.
Without, I mean, Matt Jones is no, prom queen, but
Right.
without them, they're even worse.
Yes.
Oh,
I was going to say that, but keep in mind, though, Patriots have been in every game so
Yeah.
far
Because
this
the
year.
defense is pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
so for 1,000 points while we're talking, so we're gonna put the Patriots at 9.
Patriots at 9.
All right.
Yep.
For 1,000 points, Brian Hoyer is gonna start for New England today. Correct?
Correct.
He has 4 names. Okay, including his last name and 2 middle names and first name. What is Brian Hoyer's legal first name? I know Steve-O knows.
Oh, Brian isn't his first name.
It's not even.
It's his.
It's not even his first middle name.
It's his second middle name.
Yes.
Montgomery.
For 1,000 points, it's up to you.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Axel.
Axel Edward Brian Hoyer.
All right.
All right.
His parents must have just loved Lose Your Illusion. I don't know. Or Appetite for Destruction. Yeah.
They definitely lost their illusion.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy. All right.
So we did Broncos at 10. Where are we going? 9.
Patriots.
Patriots, right? Okay. 8.
Browns.
Yep. I'm good with that.
Browns,
Bengals?
2-1. I look at it more. I just don't think the Browns are anywhere near the class of the Bengals. If they were to play right now, I'd take the Bengals any day.
I'd go with the Browns there. Brissett is Brissett. I don't think he might have like 1 or 2 bad games a year, but he's never horrible. Yes. He looked good the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I would take the Bengals one step above them because I don't care about Concussion Boy on Thursday night. The Bengals beat 3-0 Miami the other night. So I'd go Browns 8, Bengals 7, unless you disagree
No,
with that.
that's
I'm
what I
good.
said.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
fine.
That's what
All right, 6.
Jaguars.
I'd be tempted to go Chiefs.
Yeah, I want to put the Jaguars higher. They are playing very, very good.
Yes, they are.
football.
Hang on. I rescind. Dolphins. With your quarterback on the shelf.
3-1. Dolphins with the quarterback.
I'm still going Chiefs at this position.
Really?
Yes.
I think I'm sticking Chiefs too. I think that. Wow. That without Tyreek Hill, they do not look like a good
As
offense.
The
functional.
first 2 weeks, they kind of did, but then against Indianapolis, they looked like they needed him. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. Like, they looked like it was time that was the time when they needed him in the game.
Basically, everybody's just double teaming Kelsey, and then the other
daring you to throw to
the other wide receivers.
Juju
just
Smith,
go.
right.
Cole Arbin.
So I want to go Chiefs there. 6.
All right, I'll give you guys that one, but all right, then fine. Give me Miami at 5.
Dolphins at 5. Jaguars, Ravens, Bills is what's left.
Yeah.
I would take Dolphins higher. I'd put Jags at 5.
Even with no Tua.
Yep.
That's the big discussion, I guess.
Yeah,
But Tua is just now. We're going on what they've done so far this year.
No,
not
I don't
future.
disagree. Right.
I want to go Jaguars then.
You guys want to go Jags at 5?
at 5.
We want to go Jags at 5.
So, fine. Give me Dolphins at 4.
I could do that. I
Yeah.
could do that.
Then Ravens, Bills.
And then Ravens, Bills.
I think the Bills are, I don't get it, coming off a loss to a team. Ravens also lost to Miami.
Yep.
Just
because the Bills lost a very close game again, it's like just barely. You can't even when they're playing their worst. They're just barely losing these games. Like they're really good.
This is a really interesting discussion, and you're talking about close games. Do you care that they're losing one-score games?
No.
Me neither. And as an outsider, does it really matter that they're losing one-score games?
For the Bills, it matters just trying to get the best record they can because they want to have home field advantage in the playoffs.
Right.
Yes. Not a good road playoff team.
I
At least
would.
the past few years they haven't been.
The thing that bothers me about the one-score game, like, it made it to Monday Night Countdown. Like, the Bills can't win the close one. Well, when we beat teams, we blow them out.
Right.
So that all they can do is put the pedal down. They can't win the close-score games. And I'm thinking one that came back to me was the Tampa Bay game last year. The only reason why that was a one-score loss is because we were down 24-3 at halftime and came back and lost in overtime. Like, you're beating the crap out of yourself. You're losing on a overtime touchdown. Like, okay.
I mean, and if you go back to the beats, like you've got a Hail Mary.
Right.
You've got what's the other one where they was a block kick? The block field goal?
But about what? Oh,
Like the beats are like they're just tough.
I'm relying you on these.
well, think
relying
about
on
it.
you
Think
guys
about
for
it
this
too.
one. So.
In the Hail Mary game, Allen had a fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah.
So did Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
In the playoff game against the Chiefs, to end the season, in the divisional round, each quarterback had two fourth quarter comebacks. Yeah. So the Bills can't win the close game thing. I think is like a little bit of a mirage.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a
That's what I was trying
fact
to
than
get
anything
at.
else.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's. I think it takes a perfect situation for them to lose a game.
I agree, and last week was one of them.
Yeah.
Injuries, the weather,
Excessive heat.
guy with a
humidity.
back injury throwing a 3rd and 22-yard bomb.
Yep.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it for me.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Well, since it's just the three of us,
On to quick picks.
shall we just go right after him, Dave? Sure. Let us have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
So we'll have to get nice. We'll have to get Josh's picks in, but he had a Josh and yourself had a very, very revitalized week last week.
Violation is good.
Jimmer got 8. Josh had 7. Aaron had 8, along with Jimmer to tie for the week lead. I had 6.
How many?
Well, that's much better than last week, where I have 3.
Yeah. So through 2 weeks of keeping track of it, because I'm actually trying this year, Josh and Jimmer are tied in the lead with 13. Then myself at 12, Aaron at 11.
Yeah.
The quest for the golden ladle that's
Continues
something I'm
on.
thinking of. Yeah. Well, let's get right into it. I mean,
right.
there's a game going on right now. Does anybody know the score? Can't see the TV.
They've got us on the TV.
Okay.
Oh, plenty of time. Well, we'd start at Minnesota, New Orleans.
Already going on.
Who's going to finish the game?
It looks like I'm going to take New Orleans.
Okay. Are they winning?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
25 with a minute left.
It's what? What's that, Scott?
Tied at 25 with a minute
Oh, it's
left.
tied.
If you're not watching,
25,
it's tied at
25.
25 with a minute left.
Oh, well.
All right, so I'll take the team.
I'll still take New Orleans.
We're going to start.
I could take tie.
Oh.
Oh, Aaron, I'm just going to put the letter A down there and hope for the best. We'll start out with Seattle at Detroit. And before Jimmer gets into it, I just want to point out, Aaron, you jerk. Last week we were talking about Detroit, DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
His ankle. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
this and that. What happens? He's out today because he hurt his shoulder?
Yep.
Way to go.
So is on St.
St.
Brown
Brown.
because I talked him up too.
Way to
So,
go. You're a big jerk.
Yeah.
Jimmer, let us have it.
All right, Seattle at Detroit. Detroit is giving 3.5. Detroit, second in the league overall in scoring, but have allowed the most points in the league. Detroit is 3-0 against the spread this season. A lot of injuries, but I'm still going Detroit.
I mean, Seattle's not good.
Right.
No.
I mean, Geno Smith. Like,
Ah.
Hey, we dumped them.
we slammed him out of there.
Detroit.
All right, I will also go Detroit with all the injuries. That's just fun. It's weird. All right, Jimmer, we're going to hop right into you, buddy. Jets at Steelers.
Pittsburgh giving 3.5. Jets quarterback Zach Wilson makes his season debut. He hasn't played it down in 49 days. I'm going Pittsburgh.
so I went big on the bet sheet, and I went with the Jets.
Crazy man.
Yep. And I put a lot of money on it, so I have to take the Jets.
I would sacrifice the pick for you to win.
That
I'm
way.
going Pittsburgh.
She's actively rooting for me to lose all my money.
Wow. Bears at the Giants. The Giants, that game Monday night against the Cowboys, it was like disguisingly not a horrible game, no matter what the score said in the first half. Like, it was fun to watch. The Giants are kind of fun.
Well, Giants are giving 3.5. Talked a little about Justin Fields last week, Bears quarterback. Here's some more info on him. He only has 45 pass attempts this season. He's been intercepted 4 times. That's the least amount of passing attempts in the league and the highest interception rate of the league at 8.9%. I'm going Giants.
Allen threw the ball 60 times on Sunday.
So the betting line on Fields to go over for passing is 142 yards.
Jeez.
The lowest
I'll
number,
take the under.
The lowest number ever given, and I still would take the under. Yes, agreed. So, not Chicago.
Not Chicago. I'm also taking the Giants. Ugh, still feels weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. A couple teams, like we said, we were talking about Frank Reich maybe being under the gun. Tennessee, can they get it back on track? Like I said, Derrick Henry doesn't look like Derrick Henry.
No, Colts are giving 3.5. And Derrick Henry is averaging only 64 yards per game after averaging over 100 yards per game the past 3 years.
Wow.
And Colts D is allowing a league low 2.6 yards per rushing attempt. I'm going Indy.
Yeah, I think as much as I was bagging on the Colts earlier, I think this is a get-right game. I think they continue to win.
I don't know. But I will take the Colts because they're at home.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and going into last week's game, Patrick Mahomes is 8-0 in domes.
I know.
With 22-2 touchdown to pick, and then
I didn't actually get to see any of the highlights of the game. I don't know, if they dominated or if it was just Pat had a bad day.
he kind of puked on himself in the fourth quarter.
Didn't do good.
Chargers at Texans.
Okay, Houston getting 5.5.
That's it?
That's it. Chargers D has allowed the most points against in the AFC. Under second-year head coach Brandon Staley, the Chargers have been favored on the road 3 previous times. They are 0-3 outright.
Really?
This one's tough because Chargers have a lot of injuries, but I'm still going Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, as we said earlier, the Texans are not good. And Herbert said that he feels better this week than he did last week. So I've got to go with that.
I would say, the Texans I think Lovie Smith is a bad coach. The Texans have guys, I think they're one of them weird teams that, like the Lions have been in the past, maybe last year. They're going to play like crazy in spite of, whatever else is going on. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to take the Chargers because I just don't think, I would take the Chargers in a close game. I don't think they're that good. Again. The Chargers
overrated from what they were touted to be.
We talked about the beginning of the season.
Well,
all this talk about them, prove it. You got to prove it to me.
Their whole basis was around their offense being a juggernaut because their defense was never great.
No.
It was just more about outscoring people. But everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
So
Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert has
starting right tackle
sticks for ribs. Might be game of the day possibility. No, it's not what you think. Cleveland at Atlanta.
Oh. Atlanta is getting 1.5. The only thing I can come up on this one is 2 of the top 3 rushers in the league are playing in this. Cleveland running back Nick Chubb and Cordero Patterson for Atlanta is the 3rd-ranked rusher in the league. Jeez. Cleveland.
Patterson's hurt. He is playing. He's playing, but he's hurt. So I'm going to go with the healthy running back. I go Cleveland.
I was going to go, before the season started, I thought Atlanta might have a chance with Ryan moving on and Mariota coming. They stink. I don't want to root for Cleveland because of the decisions they made, but Brissett's fun to watch. Chubb's great, man. That guy has amazing balance. So I'll go Cleveland as well. Washington with Cooper Rush 2-0, Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas is giving 3.5. Dallas leads the league with 13 total sacks. Last week, Washington quarterback Carson Wentz was sacked 9 times in one game alone. Going Dallas.
I hate to say it, but actually I think Dallas offense looks more balanced with Cooper back there. So the defense is already good, a balanced offensive attack. I got to go Dallas.
As I remind you multiple times, will take the loss by picking Washington. Never pick the Cowboys. Yeah, Micah Parsons is freaking awesome. And if you just said, like, Wentz has been getting sacked like that, Micah Parsons is like a bullet coming off the edge.
And, man, the other Diggs is a ball hawk.
He is a ball hawk. He can get caught up, though. Monday night against the Giants, there were times when, yes, he flies to the ball. He was getting beat. He was getting dusted.
He does. He gets beat, but then he makes that big play that like you need at the right time. Yeah. Like he's a baller.
I'm going to skip the next one because it's a little more fun to talk about. Arizona at Carolina. Less fun to talk about. Should go quicker.
Carolina is actually giving 1.5. Arizona has won 9 of their last 10 on the road, and Arizona has won 7 straight games outright as a road underdog in regular season. I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, this one's tough because the Cardinals haven't proven themselves like we thought they were. You know, like they just don't look as good as we thought. Mm-hmm. But what does Carolina have? I don't know.
Baker Mayfield does not look good.
No, not at all. No, like their wide receivers are revolting.
Yeah.
Like they've said they want him gone because they're getting so bad passes. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm going to go Arizona.
I'm going to go Carolina because I underestimated them last week, and I picked the Saints, and Carolina beat them.
Yeah.
So that's all. And I still hate Kyler Murray, the little rat. Denver at the Raiders. God, the Raiders are just disappointing. We covered that earlier.
Yeah.
It's just...
Raiders are actually favored. They're given 2.5. Denver averages 14.3 points per game, second worst in the league. Oh, God, this is another one.
Right? I know.
It only took the week 4 to go, oh, God, over a bunch of games.
I'll go Denver.
Who is home?
It's at the Raiders.
At the Raiders.
Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the home team. I'll go Raiders.
I'm going Raiders as well. I never liked Russell Wilson. I never like him. And I don't like the fact that they're getting shitty wins, and I just don't like it. New England at Green Bay.
Green Bay is giving 9.5. Green Bay has won 14 straight at home. Mac Jones for New England. Brian Hoyer at quarterback. Axel Brian Hoyer.
Edward Brian Hoyer.
His last 11 starts, he hasn't started since the 2020 season. His last 11 starts, 0-11.
Did you know when he started 7 games for San Fran at like 17, they started out 0-7?
I believe it.
Jesus.
Obviously Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm not taking New England.
One other cool fact about Hoyer, he has played for 2 coaches that have gone to the Super Bowl and lost. John Fox and... with 2 different teams. John Fox and what was the other one? It's pretty cool. Shanahan. No, he didn't go with 2 different teams. John Fox and some other team that... it doesn't matter. Game I skipped earlier because I wanted to just get a little more on it. Jacksonville at Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
That's pretty cool.
Philadelphia is given 6.5. Now get this. Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence, his first 9 road starts, he lost. Last week, week 3 at the Chargers, his 10th road game, he won. Only other quarterback in NFL history to do that. Peyton Manning lost his first 9 road starts, won his 10th road game for his first road victory, in a week 3 game versus the Chargers.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
Hey, Carl.
Carl.
Carl flicked us off, so he's now on the list.
You mentioned the Jacksonville juggernaut. Jacksonville, only team in the league, top 5 offense, top 5 defense. I'm still going Philly.
The Bills aren't top 5 offense and defense?
Not both, no.
Really? You're a liar.
Of course.
Brought to you by Credo Music.
So I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I really like what Philly is, but man, Jacksonville looks solid on both sides. I'm going to go with who I think the explosive quarterback is and say Hurts. Hurts wins the game.
Right, and you know what? I was thinking the same thing. Jacksonville, that's fun. Peterson has changed the element. They already had good defense. Now they brought the offense, and Lawrence needed a real coach in there. And I think, or a better coach.
No, a real coach is
yeah,
right. That's the
Urban
right
Meyer's
term.
a piece of junk.
Yeah.
But I was going the same thing. All right, if the game is going to have two good defenses, two good offenses, what quarterback right now would I go with? And I would go with Jalen Hurts. I'll take Philly at home. Rams, 49ers.
That is the Monday night game.
Yeah, I know. I'm skipping around a little bit.
Niners giving 1.5. San Fran has won 6 straight regular season games versus the Rams, although the Rams did beat them in the playoffs last year. But I'm going to go Niners.
Yeah, I like the Niners here.
So I'm going to go Niners, and don't do me wrong. I picked them last week against the Broncos, and it was just Garoppolo steps out on out of bounds. Who does he think he is, Dan Orlovsky?
Right.
That was garbage. They stunk, and he was mouthing off. Did you see him? He's coming out the field mouthing to Shanahan, call better effing plays. Yeah. I'm like, oh, boy. But I just think the Niners don't lose in the regular season against the Rams, so why not go with that? Kansas City versus should have been Minnesota Buccaneers, but the game's going to be played in Tampa. Hey, the Ryan family's here. Give it up for Richie and Katie, everybody. Hey!
Tampa Bay giving 1.5. Tampa Bay gets back wide receiver Mike Evans and Julio Jones. I'm going Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go KC.
Yeah, I'm going KC too. Mahomes, I don't think loses back-to-back games,
Not often.
if ever. Yeah,
Not often.
that's all for that one. Moving on to the Bills and Ravens. Joel Green's got the Bills. Pat Wheeler's got the Bills. Steve-O.
Bills.
Scott.
Bills, of course.
Dave. You're the man. Mary? Shakes her
No
head.
comment.
Do you know the Bills are playing today? Good. That's all that counts. Jimmer, start us off. Bills, Ravens.
All right. I've seen anywhere from 3 to 3.5 for the spread, Baltimore being the underdog. The only crazy stat I can find is when the spread is within 3 points, plus or minus, since 2019, Baltimore is 12-2-1 against the spread.
So in games that they figured to be close, they do well.
I look at it, both top-tier offenses, but the difference is Buffalo's got one heck of a better defense. Track meet, I'm saying Buffalo 34, Baltimore 31.
I say that we win our first close game. It's 31-28.
Baltimore, when they lost to Miami, had 2 guys out in the defensive backfield in that fourth quarter when Miami went nuts on them. I don't think, though, having that health is enough. And Kyle Hamilton, who they drafted this year, as a safety to start, he's a hell of a player, but he has been confused for their defense back there. And he's a good football player, but the NFL is a little too fast for him yet. And I think with Gabe Davis, I know he re-injured his ankle, him just being there automatically opens up more stuff for Diggs. Diggs is having a hell of a season. Even last week, he went down. He was having heat problems. He still had 75 yards. I mean, I think that picks back up. Allen loses a little bit of the frustration he had last week. I really don't think weather's a factor. I think then the Bills score again. Last week that kind of fell out a little bit.
We might actually see some Dawson Knox today.
And I'd like to, especially if the weather does play a factor. He's good and good. 35-21, just because, like you said, the Bills have the better defense. Poyer's back in, which is a huge
Jackson.
just head thing for the Bills defense. So I see Lamar being tamed a little bit more than he has the last couple weeks. Cool. Thanks, Janet. Thanks, everybody else.
All right.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.